What if the future already exists? The drone fleet's routing is optimized.
Let's expand the network coverage. Good morning. Here is your breakfast.
What if I told you the future is no longer something we wait for? What if the future already exists and millions of people are living inside it right now? Imagine waking up in a city where a robot brings your breakfast, where food falls from the sky, delivered by drones, where taxis drive themselves, where you can buy coffee without talking to a single human, where even paying with your phone feels old-fashioned, because now people pay with the palm of their hand. Sounds like science fiction, right? But this isn't a movie. This is real. And this place exists today. Welcome to Shenzhen, China, the city many people call the most futuristic city on Earth. People often say the future hasn't arrived yet, but after spending time in this city, I'm no longer sure that's true. Because in Shenzhen, technology isn't just something impressive you see on display. It's woven into everyday life so deeply that after a while, you stop noticing it. That might be the craziest part. The future here doesn't feel futuristic anymore. It feels normal. And that raises an important question. How did this happen? Because believe it or not, just around 45 years ago, this place was little more than a fishing village. Today, it is home to more than 18 million people, a global center of innovation, a city filled with robotics, artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, electric transport, and some of the world's biggest tech companies. So, how does a fishing village become a city that feels 20 years ahead of the rest of the world? That's exactly what we're about to discover. Everything changed in 1980. Under the reforms of Deng Xiaoping, Shenzhen became China's first special economic zone. At the time, this was a bold experiment. China wanted to test a new economic model without changing the entire country at once. So, Shenzhen became the laboratory. Lower taxes, fewer restrictions, more freedom to innovate. If something worked here, it could later expand across China. This decision changed everything. Shenzhen had two huge advantages. First, location. It sits right next to Hong Kong, one of the world's biggest financial hubs. That meant money, talent, international knowledge, and global business connections could flow in quickly. Second, opportunity.
This is unreal.
Unlike older cities
It's
burdened
actually
with
driving
outdated
itself.
infrastructure, Shenzhen had something incredibly valuable. Space. A blank canvas. No old systems to fight against. No aging infrastructure slowing progress. They could build almost everything from scratch. And that's exactly what they did. Fast forward to today. I woke up one morning expecting a normal hotel experience. Instead, a robot arrived at my door carrying breakfast. No human, no small talk, just a robot quietly delivering food. That moment instantly told me something. Shenzhen is different. This city doesn't just talk about innovation, it lives it. My first stop was Futian, the heart of modern Shenzhen. The moment you arrive, you feel the scale. Glass skyscrapers stretch into the sky. Massive public spaces surround you. Everything feels precise, clean, and intentionally designed. At the center sits the Shenzhen Civic Center, a giant structure connecting the financial district to surrounding parks. The architecture feels almost symbolic. Power, order, vision. Behind it lies Lianhuashan Park, one of the city's most loved green spaces. And that's something
the new
people
LiDAR
often
sensors?
misunderstand about Shenzhen.
Let's try
They
this
imagine
drone
only
controller.
skyscrapers and machines.
Let's
But
try
this city
drone
is
controller.
surprisingly green. People walk, exercise, dance, fly kites, relax. And from the top of the hill, you get one of the best skyline views in the city. standing there, looking at the skyline with Deng Xiaoping's statue nearby. It's hard not to think. He really changed history. Then one building immediately dominates the skyline. Ping An Finance Center, nearly 600 meters tall. One of the tallest buildings on Earth. Yet despite the massive density, traffic flows smoothly. That's because Shenzhen uses intelligent traffic systems that adjust movement in real time. Locals sometimes call it the city's traffic brain. The city feels designed for humans, not just cars. That becomes even more obvious underground. The metro. In 2004, Shenzhen barely had one metro line. Today, more than 635 kilometers of rail. The system is fast, clean, efficient, and deeply integrated into city life. Owning a car feels optional. Then I visited Gongxia North Station, and honestly, it felt like stepping into a sci-fi movie. Huge, elegant, multi-level. It looked more like a futuristic airport than a metro station. Then came one of the strangest experiences of the trip, ordering food. My local friend said, "A drone can bring us food." I laughed. Then, it happened. A drone literally flew overhead carrying my meal. There it was, my lunch, falling from the sky. People used to look at the sky and pray for food. Now we track delivery drones. That sentence sounds ridiculous, but in Shenzhen, it's reality. And then came something even crazier. A fully autonomous taxi. No driver, no hands on the wheel, just software. At first, your brain resists it. You keep waiting for something to go wrong, but nothing does. The car turns smoothly, stops correctly, responds naturally to traffic. And after a few minutes, something strange happens. Then, another thought hits you. If cars no longer need drivers, how long until they no longer need roads? That idea sounds insane. But Shenzhen is already testing technologies that push toward that future. Automation is everywhere. Robot baristas making coffee, machines cleaning sidewalks, delivery systems running with minimal human involvement. Even paying feels futuristic. Phone payments dominate, and in some places, you can pay using only your palm. No wallet, no card, no phone. Just your hand. Even public parks feel smart. Exercise equipment tracks movement. Sensors collect data. QR codes provide instant information. And much of it is free. Powered by solar energy. One thing shocked me more than expected. The silence. For a megacity, Shenzhen is surprisingly quiet. Why? Electric vehicles. Around 16,000 electric buses operate here. The entire public bus system has been electrified. Taxis too. Charging stations are everywhere. At this point, electric mobility isn't an experiment. It's simply normal. Then there's security. Shenzhen has extensive surveillance infrastructure. Some people praise it, others criticize it. But one practical reality stands out. The city feels safe. Very safe. Even late at night. That sense of security changes how a city feels. Then I visited a legendary place, Huaqiang Bay, often called the electronics capital of the world. If you're an engineer, inventor, or hardware creator, this place feels like heaven. Floors filled with components. Microchips, sensors, motors, cables, drone parts, displays, circuit boards, anything you can imagine. But the real magic isn't inventory, it's speed. In many countries, prototyping takes weeks. In Shenzhen, you can walk in with an idea and leave with a working prototype the same day. That speed changes innovation itself. Ideas become reality faster. And speed creates momentum. If Futian is finance, then Nanshan is pure technology. This is where many major tech giants operate. I visited DJI Sky City. If you know drones, you know DJI. Founded in Shenzhen in 2006 by Frank Wang, DJI now dominates global drone markets. Roughly 70% of camera drones sold worldwide come from DJI. That's insane. And then there's Tencent, the company behind WeChat. Calling WeChat an app almost feels wrong. It's more like digital infrastructure, messaging, payments, booking services, daily life management. It does almost everything. Inside Tencent's campus, one thing became obvious. This city is young.